Today's episode of Nerd Soup is sponsored by Nordvpn. Right now, you can get 68% off a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/nerdsoup or use code NERDSOUP. This special offer makes your subscription just $371 per month. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Beau Oliver, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and we are back for the Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 1, Chapter 9, The Marshal.
You know this is no place for a child. Wherever I go, he goes. So I've heard.
And The Mandalorian is a show I think that we both enjoyed in Season 1. There were a couple of missteps, some filler episodes, but overall it was great, and it had a very explosive ending. So continuing that story with Mando trying to find Baby Yoda's kind, which we know is the Jedi. They're unsure of who the Jedi actually were because nobody remembers anything in this universe. But that's how this episode begins, where he goes to the ring fight, and he goes to meet Gor Koresh, voiced by John Leguizamo, who says...
I saw Leguizamo at the end on the credits. I'm like, who was he?
Was he Baby Yoda? Was he the one cooing? No, yeah, he's Gor Koresh, and he's watching Mayweather-McGregor. Not a great fight, but he's trying to find some information. And it's a very similar start to Season 1, where it's the brawl, where Mando gets to show off some new toys and some fighting ability.
I love that. He's so smooth, man. Well, not necessarily smooth, like he's just nice with it, but we commented on this last season. It's like he takes hits too. It's not like he's going through like completely destroying people, but I just love that fighting style where it's not too choreographed. He's not so quick with it, but he's just a presence there. I love when the guy punches him and he headbutts his fist. It's awesome.
Well, you said he moves with the armor. The armor has weight to it, so his punches he's not going to be fighting like Thanos, 1-2 in the Hulk. There's going to be some weight to his fights. And we also get to see Baby Yoda in this moment. It was funny when he hits the hatch. He knows what Mando's about to do here. He's like, I've seen this before. And even when they had the standoff between Mando and the Marshal, when the Marshal says, you're going to do this in front of the kid? He's seen worse.
Yeah.
He's seen the prequels.
Even that opening shot when they're just walking. I'm like, hell
I was
yeah.
ready to go. Yeah, them walking down an alley.
Yeah.
What's going on here? I'm interested. I'm intrigued. And also another guest appearance, another guest actor was Timothy Olyphant as the Marshal of this deserted part of Tatooine. And it was interesting to see them celebrate after the second Death Star went down. But as soon as that happened, the miners come in, expose the power vacuum, and it's been chaos. And Tatooine has always been sort of the epicenter for chaos in the galaxy anyway, even when the Republic was standing. So that's the premise of this episode. Mando trying to help this village in chaos that is also dealing with a giant fucking sand dragon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of problems.
That old problem.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, it's going back to what we liked, at least last season, the very episodic adventure, this week's adventure on a Mandalorian. And I love that aspect of the show. You have that overhanging story with Baby Yoda trying to find his people, and that's his main goal and purpose. And also you have the threat of Moff Gideon hanging over every episode, I guess, as well. But for each episode, you're going to have its own journey and its own problem to solve. And I enjoy that very much because I think it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it feels vintage.
Yeah.
It feels like a throwback.
Him getting into these little adventures, these problems, meeting new people, and that's something I appreciate a lot about the show. Another thing, like we always talk about Star Wars as the Western, space Western, and this episode, as many did last season, felt like that.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
How do you make a show feel like a Western? You bring in old Timmy.
That man has just made an entire career off of playing sheriffs and marshals. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Going back to their roots with the Western aesthetic. And also the increase in budget is something I always enjoy when a show has a successful Season 1 and the producers decide, hey, we're going to give you like $40 million extra dollars. And that's why that crate dragon looks so good. And we've talked about this before, CGI on television catching up to movies. This is another step forward for television here.
Yeah,
this dragon looked incredible.
That great blend of practicality and CGI, and just the entire episode looked fantastic. And the music as well is so great too. When they open up with the classic Mandalorian theme, but when they're going into Tatooine, that grander theme, and it just gets you right back into it and gets you excited. And
that's what the original movies did so well. They would have these personal moments with the characters, being able to ground them, but also have this giant overarching universe.
And we got some old characters from last season too. Amy Sedaris, mechanic person.
Right, yeah. The mechanic in the galaxy far, far away.
And her wacky droid sidekicks.
Right, a little prequel humor there. The droids getting into some shenanigans, as they do.
Yeah.
And her realizing that Mando is okay with the droids now, after what happened in the season finale of season 1. And that was nice, because her character in the episode that she was in season 1 was kind of forgettable. But here she was a bit more funny. She was cracking jokes. She was helping Mando along the way. The episodic approach, it comes back to help the show, because these characters aren't just thrown away or tossed away. They make their returns in certain respects. And I enjoy that.
And I guess the bigger reveal of the episode, or something that Star Wars fans can do the Leo pointing screen thing, is Boba Fett's armor.
Boba Fett's armor.
Seen better days. Kind of looks like the Halloween off-brand. You got like a Spirit Halloween store.
Yeah, this is a porn parody.
It's like
he's walking in like, put your hands up in the name of the Force.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the thing that I guess kind of kickstarts the rest of the episode, and the conflict of the episode is he wants the armor. We want to take out a dragon. Not even trade. Let him keep it. But
right, and that's why I don't mind the episodic approach to this show, because Mando's story here, he takes a step forward. He's going to get the armor, which will possibly help him find fellow Mandalorians or bring him closer to finding Baby Yoda's kind, which are the Jedi, I guess, in this story. But yeah, like you said, it's not an even trade, but it's fun to watch them team up to try and take out this dragon. I love the idea of a dragon not breathing fire, but just puking acidic throw-up.
That's worse. I mean,
it's disgusting, and it seems like it's very harmful to the
body. If I go
body.
out, they'll be like, "Oh, you heard Aaron? He was fighting a dragon, and he just got engulfed in flame. That's badass."
Right? Yeah.
Getting acidic acid thrown up on you, that's kind of...
You just get puked on.
Yeah, it's whack.
Imagine in Game of Thrones if Drogon was just puking on everyone, on the Lannister soldiers. That'd be actually pretty cool. And I appreciate that Favreau saw that Dune was pushed back, so he said, "Okay, I'll give you the sandworm dragon instead.
Yeah.
I'll hold you over until when Dune comes out."
Very nice.
Yes,
very
that
nice
was
of
very
him.
nice of him. And it was very epic.
They're
sparing no expense, because they even bring out the jetpacks in this episode, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt that they're going to save the day and take down the dragon, but the way they did it was fun. It was interesting how they set up that little game plan with the Sand People. Nice redemption for the Sand People, by the way. They get a tough rap, but, sometimes they could be cool.
I just don't trust them.
No, me neither.
Yeah, not for a second.
I mean, Anakin probably should have killed all of them.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, all I said was I don't trust them. I don't want them all murdered.
Mando
their
speaking
uses.
Sand People was a little wonky.
It was wonky. But that's what you get with Star Wars. You get the wonky sign language. And then Timothy Olyphant speaking in a southern accent in English.
Yeah, well, he's not going to not speak in a southern accent.
Yeah, of course.
They made the game plan. Now it's pretty funny, too. And he's like, "I volunteered your village people to help." But luring him out, exploding him still being alive, going through the fucking top of the mountain, sand mountain, and then going up, and now he's behind you, and he's attacking and kind of having to adjust on the fly. I thought that was all pretty cool.
Right, yeah. And it never looks fake. In every single shot, in every frame, I never thought that they were fighting a CGI dragon. And that was so impressive to me. And I guess Mando's move to defeat the dragon kind of speaks to possibly how Boba Fett escaped from the Sarlacc pit. But I wonder if we'll get maybe some flashbacks with Tamara Morrison playing Boba Fett and showing how he escaped in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that difficult to do. I mean, all you need is just got a body actor to put on the suit, and you can do it that way. Because, I mean, my man's had a pretty tough few years. It's not that long after Return of the Jedi, but he's definitely seen better days. And it's interesting because, obviously, his goal this season, or for the foreseeable future, is to try to get Baby Yoda back to his people. And if in Star Wars fashion, not many people know of the Jedi or any of that lore, but he does. He was with Darth Vader. He was there with Jabba when they tried to, I guess, do the execution of Luke, and Luke escaped, and that's where he met the inside of a Sarlacc. So if anyone's going to know any information about this greater universe, it's going to be him.
Yeah, he's had experience with the Force. With both Luke and Darth Vader, he's there when Han Solo walks in and tries to blast Darth Vader, and Vader's just catching the bullets. Mm-hmm. It would be funny if he just also forgot. He's like, Jedi? Sith? Never heard of them. It's like, what? That's impossible!
Well, I don't think they used Sith back then.
Right, yeah. No,
Wait, they only used that in the prequels.
All right. They're going to find actual Luke Skywalker. He's a Jedi, never heard of him. That's a fucking lie. I know it. But that's going to be cool to see how they use him. And they've got the connection, the Mandalore connection. So it was a nice teaser shot at the end. And like you said, he's seen better days. But Tamara Morrison, it's another prequel actor in the newer Star Wars. And I love when they pull from the prequels, whether it's references or actors. They might not be the greatest movies, but they are a part of the franchise, and they have some good aspects to them.
Yeah, and nothing with the show kind of seems forced. I think when the Boba Fett news got released, people are like, oh, or even when they, going into the show to begin with, we kind of wanted to be separate from the greater Star Wars universe, but then episode 1, you get Baby Yoda and you're introduced to the Force, and they kind of brought a lot of aspects into the show from the movies, and it feels a very natural progression. It's not just forced in there for people to be like, oh, yep, I understood that reference, or I know what they're talking about there. It just feels like...
Well, like we said, Boba Fett is someone with the knowledge of the greater universe, so it would make sense to bring him back. It's not just fan service like you mentioned, and they've had that problem in the past, definitely. And even with Baby Yoda, that's your major fear when it is revealed. Oh, this is adorable, this is cute, but are we going to get too close to what we've already seen in the Star Wars universe? But once again, Baby Yoda, he's there to be funny, he's there to be cute, he's there to hide in the little vase. So they don't overuse him, and you know that you're going to get that Baby Yoda Force moment, or several of them.
Surprised he didn't try to square up with the worm, the dragon.
That's out of his league, come on.
Well, you don't know until you try.
Big Daddy Yoda would have taken out that worm and no problem.
I don't know. I don't think he's got that in him at this point.
Well, there was a whole Clone Wars episode where there was a giant monster ravaging the capital. And the whole point of the episode was that this monster is just not where it's supposed to be. We need to put it back in the wild so it could just live as a monster. It's an animal. And this episode was like, we just got to massacre this fucking animal.
Yeah, fuck.
He's just big and ugly. And he's eating our livestock.
Well, that's the thing I like about the Mandalorian, too. It's like...
Push Bikini Bottom somewhere else.
Yeah, they don't have much stuff there. They can move.
Right. You got a town of 17 people. They all just died in the goddamn attack.
But the thing I like about the Mandalorian as a character is that, he's not this overly good and just character.
It's not a typical hero.
Yeah.
He's in heroic situations because he needs something.
Yeah, he'll kill, he'll do
But he is starting to, I think, become more sympathetic to those around him.
Yeah.
Where even his exchange at the end when he tells the Marshal, I hope our paths do cross again, where he is opening up to friendships and allies. Like, I Have Spoken guy.
Mm-hmm.
I totally forgot he died, man.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to see him in this episode, and I'm like, oh, no, he's dead. But I think those sacrifices in Season 1 have really opened him up to the idea of partnering with other individuals, like-minded individuals. And we didn't see Grief Karga or Cara Dune in this episode, but I'm sure we'll see them in the coming episodes. Do you think we're definitely going to see Oliphant again, right?
It's always possible. I mean, they had him on set. They could have easily filmed things for other episodes. So either way, I think it's fine. I mean, if they're just going to have these bigger names and these episodic roles, I think that's great too. But you can always leave the door open if he's ever on Tatooine again, or he needs help and he assembles a team, and let's get that Marshal guy here. He can wear the helmet.
I was wondering that too. Yeah, you may want to bring that to an appraiser. Those crystals.
Yeah, and he doesn't get the whole he gets bits and pieces of the armor. And it looks cool, but I guess he got some water too, which at that point I think.
Yeah, they threw in it's essential for living. I mean, look good, feel good. If you're dehydrated, you're going to die.
Yeah, that's true.
So take that to the bank, Deion Sanders.
I wonder where he does go from here, because the only reason why he was on Tatooine was to find another Mandalorian. Turns out it wasn't a real Mandalorian, and where's he going to get his next lead from? Does Boba Fett just come out next episode and say, hey, it's me,
I wonder
Boba
if
Fett.
the armor, if there's something in the armor that he can trace, or there's a clue within the armor as to where the other Mandalorians might be. Maybe Boba Fett just says, hey, what's up? You got nowhere to go, right? You're at a dead end. I'm Boba Fett. I've been doing this for years.
People really liked me in the original trilogy, even though I didn't really do much.
Right, yes.
So I'm back.
I'm back to do nothing again. At the end of the episode, my job here is done. You didn't do anything. Walks away. And that's The Mandalorian Season 2 premiere review. And of course, we will be back for our spoiler discussion, bringing on Teddy for that one. I know you're not so thrilled about that.
I like Teddy.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah, I like him too. He's all right. And he'll be back for the spoiler discussion, where be a more in-depth look into the episode and where we think the season is headed moving forward. So join us for that. And thank you for watching this review. And before we go, we would like to give one final shout out to our sponsor, Nordvpn. Nordvpn is a great option for those who are looking to stay safe on the internet. In this day and age where applications are being threatened with bans and governments are extending their control over the internet, NordVPN is a great option for those who are looking to stay safe on the web. Any individual using a public network runs the risk of being hacked and having their information stolen. But by signing into one of Nord's private networks, all of your information, including your IP address, private passwords, banking information, will remain safe and secure. Nord is also a great option for those who are looking to stream content from other countries. Say there is a show only streaming in the UK, but you're unfortunately living in the US. As a Nord user, all you have to do is sign into one of Nord's UK servers, and just like that, you're enjoying yourself some nice British comedies. With up to 6 simultaneous connections, you can use Nord on your desktop, your iPad, and Nord also comes in both Android and iOS apps to secure your mobile browsing experience. So regardless of what side of the debate you are on, when it comes to Android and iOS, you will be safe. And remember, you can get 68% off a 2-year plan plus 1 additional month for free when you go to nordvpn.com/nerdsoup or use code NERDSOUP. This special offer makes your subscription just $371 per month. So don't wait. Give yourself the peace of mind of internet security with NordVPN.